I'm Jennifer Dior, professor of flute at UNC Charlotte, and what I just played for you was the Quantz G major concerto, page 2 to the top of page 3, which is the all district part. This piece, I think ideally would be between 100 and 120 metronome marking, quarter note. If you can't do it quickly, that's fine to do it on the slower side and more clean. You don't want to do it fast and have it be super sloppy. Let's talk about the trills. There are a lot of trills here. The F sharp to G trill is normally your third finger, but since you're going to an E, it's really okay to do the second finger, slightly easier when you're going to a G, an E. Also, it's okay to do one trill on the eighth note trills instead of several if that's what's holding you up from getting quicker. Instead of that, you can go. That's perfectly acceptable. Similarly, the next line down, you could do one trill instead of. That's fine. You can do that. The other trills should be fine if they're longer than an eighth note. In the long section, fourth line down, make sure you take a really good breath in the beat and a half rest. And then be really piano. Take a breath right there where I stopped and take a really big breath and play very softly for at least 3.5 measures. And then the piano echo, forte for a bar, and then piano, make a big deal about that. And then just sneak in some breaths wherever you need to in this. But if you start it with a lot of air, you should get pretty far without needing a breath. This next thing that's a little bit tricky is the big skip from E to G right after the trill. So a good way to practice it is just what I did. Maybe just a little louder on the lower E to get yourself to have the G come out easily without accent. You can spend a little extra time on the E too and then make up for it on the scale. So if you work on that, really isolate that, that'll get easier. As far as some of these challenging articulations where they're not even, like the one second line from the bottom, I would say some of these articulations, if you have trouble, practice them all slurred and then all tongued, and then put in the real articulation and make sure that it's still as even as you were able to do it all tongued and all slurred. Kind of go back and forth between the three of those. These syncopated spots are kind of nice to maybe make the eighth notes a tiny bit shorter to bring out the syncopation. And then lots of places to do some catch breaths. So you go into the 16th notes with a lot of air. Make sure you're doing a good crescendo diminuendo, what we call hairpins, and make sure you're not going sharp as you get louder. So work with a tuner on that. Same thing with the other syncopated spot towards the bottom of this page. This is a really fun piece, and I think you'll enjoy working on it. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at jdior@uncc.edu.